Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation. Democratic Backsliding in the World's Largest Democracy, that is India, by Mr. Das, Ashoka University. Final part 7. Concluding remarks. The paper documents irregularity in India's 2019 general election data by showing that the incumbent party's win margin distribution exhibits excess mass at zero, while no such pattern exists either in previous general elections or in state elections held simultaneously and subsequently. This implies that the incumbent party in 2019 won a disproportionate share of closely contested elections. Moreover, the pattern is concentrated in the states ruled by the incumbent party at that time. While the result is consistent with electoral fraud or manipulation, the incumbent party's superior ability to predict and affect win margin, that is precise control, owing to its significant advantage in electoral campaigning over other parties, can also explain it. To isolate the two mechanisms, I conduct a series of analyses to check for presence of precise control and manipulation. I do not find that the incumbent party did greater door-to-door campaigning than other parties in constituencies barely won by it. On the other hand, I find evidence consistent with electoral manipulation at the stage of voter registration as well as at the time of voting and counting, turnout manipulation. In both cases, the results point to strategic and targeted electoral discrimination against Muslims in the form of deletion of names from voter list and suppression of their votes during election, in part facilitated by weak monitoring by election observers. The tests are, however, not proofs of fraud, nor does it suggest that manipulation was widespread. Proving electoral manipulation in a robust democracy is a significantly harder task that would require detailed investigation of electoral data in each constituency separately. In the 1960 presidential election in the US, for example, there was reporting of possible fraud in Illinois state that may have resulted in John F. Kennedy winning that state. Analysis of detailed data on recounting of votes from Cook County showed patterns consistent with fraud and yet were not able to conclusively determine its magnitude and whether it caused the result to flip in Kennedy's favor. Kalina 1985. This case also highlights the electoral fraud is often decentralized. Radonjic and Solik 2016 as opposed to being implemented centrally. Consequently, fraud may occur even in context where it would not have mattered for government formation. In 1960, Kennedy would have won the presidential election even if he had lost Illinois. Similarly, in my context, even if manipulation of election data drives all of the observed irregularities in closely contested constituencies, the aggregate election outcomes in terms of government formation would likely have remained unchanged. Appendix Table A10 reports the number of parliamentary constituencies with excess BJP wins in closely contested parliamentary constituencies. It varies from 9 to 18, depending on the definition of a close contest. The numbers are smaller than the lead of 31 parliamentary constituencies that BJP has over the threshold required to form government. Nonetheless, electoral fraud, even in a single constituency, would imply that such manipulations by incumbent parties are possible. In view of the depletion of trust in electoral processes across the globe and the exceptional integrity of India's electoral institution in its past. The paper presents a worrying development with potentially far reaching consequences for the world's largest democracy. So, with this, we are concluding the reading of this article by Mr. Das from Ashoka University. The further development is he has been made to resign from his assistant professor post from the Ashoka University in the economics department, though it is a private university, and his professors and his immediate head of the department has also resigned along with him, and some more professors are protesting, but it will be very difficult. Nothing will happen. This will continue. People who are able to voice their concern about what is happening in the society, their voices are being stifled, and that is how all the parties function, because all the parties in this country are all corrupt, and to the core they are manipulating the election results. Because of that, nobody talks about others problem, because one 10 years some party will rule, another 10 year another party will rule. Both of them will in turn have family members in different parties, say, because they want the power should not go out of their hands. Likewise, even in the bureaucracy, only their sons and daughters are interested in becoming bureaucrats again, and they want to get the ultimate the power should not go out of these families. Very rarely few people become by doing some fraud or the other, they also become politicians or the bureaucrats, and they also join with this team, and they become. So, to preserve our democracy and what we have fought and got independence, it is a high time the youngsters have to come, and they must be aware of what is happening around them if they have to safeguard their interest. If the youngsters are not interested in the what is happening around them, then their life and the next generations will be spoiled. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share as many people as possible, so that youngsters, please try to watch this type of, say, news items, and try to understand what type of world you are living in. If you have to make it better place to live in, you people have to bring in change. Thanks for watching.